All right, so I'm going to do one more video on factoring polynomials using long division. I've been choosing problems that are like the ones on your homework on page 124, and I did a problem that was like 21 and really like 25. I am going to do 28 next, but I also want to point out to you that 25 is a red circled problem in your book, and that means that in the back of your book you can find worked solutions. So the textbook authors have actually done out that problem for you so that if you want yet more thoughts on how to go about doing this, you can look and see what they're doing. It may help you figure out how to do it on your own. So red circled problems means look in the back of the book and you'll see how they are getting their answers. So I'm going to do problem number 38, or sorry, 38, try 28. I'll do number 28. Remember that we are going to get remainders of 0 because the factors they're giving us will go in evenly. They are factors. And I'm going to be using long division to do that. So let's find some space here on the page. And I'm going to do problem 28. And 28 on page 124 looks like this. I have a function, f of x equals 3x cubed minus 2x squared minus 61x minus 20. And they're giving me a factor for free. So they want me to factor this, but they're saying, hey, we'll get you started. And one of those factors is x minus 5. So that's one of my factors. I'm going to find more factors by using that x minus 5 and dividing it into 3x cubed minus 2x squared minus 61x minus 20. So let's set up our long division problem. My factor that I'm dividing by is x minus 5. I'm dividing it into 3x cubed minus 2x squared minus 61x minus 20. And I'm going to remember that I'm going to divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. Bring down. All right, x minus 5 goes into 3x squared minus 2x squared, or 3x cubed minus 2x squared minus 61x minus 20. But I don't have to pay attention to all of that. I just pay attention to the first term. So x goes into 3x squared, 2x squared times 2x squared. Multiply 2x squared times, not 2x squared, 3x squared. Jeez, there we go. That's a little better. 3x squared times x is 3x cubed. 3x squared times a negative 5 is a negative 15x squared. So I'm multiplying this back. Next step is to subtract. Subtract that whole line. 3x cubed, take away 3x cubed. They're gone. Negative 2x squared minus a negative is plus 15x squared. So negative 2 plus 15 is 13x squared. And then I bring down. I'll bring down my negative 61x. Repeat the process. Once again, I'm just using those first terms, x and 13x squared. So x goes into 13x squared, 13x times. And I'm going to write that over my like term, 61x, negative 61x. Multiply 13x times x is 13x squared, 13x times negative 5. 5 times 3 is 15, carry the 1, so I think that'll be a negative 65x. Subtract 13x squared, take away 13x squared, cancels. Negative 61 minus a negative 65 is plus 65. So negative 61 plus 65 is 4x, and then bring down. Minus 20. Repeat. Now x is going to get divided into 4x. X goes into 4x 4 times. Plus 4. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. Last step is to subtract. 4x take away 4x, cancels. Negative 20 minus the negative 20 is negative 20 plus 20, cancels. And I have a remainder of 0. And if I do not get a remainder of 0, and I know that they've told me that this is a factor, it will divide in, I can be sure that I've made a mistake in my division. So if I know that what I'm dividing by is a factor, I need to make sure I'm getting a remainder of 0. Remainder is 0. All right, now I've got one factor. Let's rewrite this polynomial. I started off with 3x cubed. Let me zoom out a little bit here. I don't have to keep going back and forth quite so much. 3x cubed minus 2x squared minus 61x minus 20. And then I split it into x minus 5 times 3x squared plus 13x plus 4. So the second factor I'm getting from my answer. Let me zoom out a little bit more. There we go. This second answer I'm getting, right, this guy here, the second factor is my answer. The answer I get when I do long division. All right, but I'm supposed to factor this completely, and that factor that they gave me for free is just a head start on the factoring process. I still would like to split up the 3x squared plus 13x plus 4. And I think I'll probably do a splitting down the middle. So let's find out what a times c is. So that would be 3 times 4, which is 12. And I want things that multiply to give me 12 and add to give me 13, right? That guy there in the middle. And that should probably be 12 and 1, right? 12 times 1 is 12, and 12 plus 1 is 13. So let's split this down the middle. So I'm going to rewrite my x minus 5. Keep him over there on the side. Keep 3x squared. And then I'm going to split up 13x into a positive 12. Whoops. Come back here. Positive 12x plus 1x. And then my plus 4. All right. Split this down the middle. So I'm going to write one set of parentheses over here on the left, divide out a 3x, and what goes back inside? 3x times x would give me x squared, 3x times 4 would give me 12x. Let's do the same thing on the other side. I think I only have a 1 in common, so I'll write down the 1, and then I've just got x plus 4 still on the inside. X plus 4. Let's regroup. I've got x plus 4's in common, x plus 4, and then I'll put the rest of that stuff in the other parentheses, 3x plus 1. But let's just make sure I haven't forgotten anything else. So x plus 4 and 3x plus 1, that's this stuff here. Oh, but I still have my x minus 5, so let's bring down my x minus 5. X minus 5. And now I'm pretty sure I've factored completely. Let's just look at the factors. X minus 5, it's two things, but there are no perfect squares in there, no greatest common factor. X plus 4, no greatest common factor. It's not a, not a sum or difference of cubes. And same with 3x plus 1. No common factors, not a difference of squares or sum of cubes. So I think that's it. So let's just write our answer. F of x equals x minus 5, x plus 4, 3x plus 1, all multiplied together. Yay. All right, go ahead and try some of these on your own. Send me an email if you have any questions, or you could post on Facebook.